18 months have gone by since the last big Marvel release. Peter Parker is pretty much the only character we've seen adjusting to his new normal since the defeat of Thanos and the death of Tony Stark. COVID-19 has shaken up the gig economy all over the world, and it's not surprising this would cause big problems for the MCU, which is famous for its intricate connectivity between all of its projects. The next big release was supposed to be Black Widow's time in the sun, but Marvel execs called an audible and now we have WandaVision on the small screen. But let's go back a few years and get our footing before we dive into some straight Twilight Zone shit that is WandaVision. At the end of Infinity War, Vision is killed by Thanos so he can retrieve the Mind Stone, which is what originally gave Vision his life. Shortly after the love of her life perishes in her arms, Scarlet Witch is also snapped out of existence. The last time we see her is in the final minutes of Endgame, as she is brought back to life with the rest of the snapped Avengers to bring the internet one of its favorite things of 2019.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
In the closing minutes of the film, she and Hawkeye share a moment through both of their profound losses, and Wanda makes a cryptic statement which is seemingly a little more than just comfort.
You know, I wish there was a way that I could let her know we did it.
She knows.
Everyone knows MCU Scarlet Witch has been criminally nerfed so far, but with her broken heart and an infamous history with mental illness, I think she's ready to bring the full potential of her chaos magic to the center stage. Vision's alive, it's the 1950s, and Elizabeth Olsen looks way better in black and white. For 20 solid minutes in episode 1, we were basically watching MCU's version of Bewitched, and it was good. Typical comedic genre tropes of the era, complete with husband and wife in 2 separate beds and a little Cold War xenophobia for good measure. I swear I could watch a whole season of just this. But something's not quite right. They don't know when they got married, why they moved there, what Vision's job actually is, and as lost as we are about what all is going on, so are they. But don't worry, and don't think about it either. Did you hear how catchy that jingle was? Wanda tries to put out of her mind any uncertainty and focus on her happy little life that she's created, in a very literal sense. We haven't been spoon-fed the answer outright, but it seems she has been unnerved and created a pocket reality where everything is perfect. Well, almost. Every now and then, her reality sort of glitches. Sometimes it's just noises, other times it's physical objects, and sometimes it gets even more serious. And to top it all off, she isn't in complete control, although she at least has some. At the end of the first episode, when Mr. Hart is choking, the other characters don't know how to handle it. Mrs. Hart isn't programmed to recognize it outwardly, but while she begs her husband to stop joking, she's looking dead at Wanda, as is a helpless looking Vision until she directly tells him to do something about it. Fast forward to episode 2, and we see some more glitching, and a mysterious new character who seemingly doesn't belong there either. In one of the largest glitches of the first 2 episodes, we hear a voice address Wanda through the radio.
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda.
A moment later, the radio breaks, a glass bursts in a woman's hand, and about 2 seconds later, the radio is fixed and everybody's none the wiser. There's already a ton of videos out there that's gonna try to guess the who's and the what characters might be introduced and X-Men this and whatever. I'm not about to spend 20 minutes on that. But the show was so good, I had to put out a quick little something. The blending of this old school sitcom mashed up with the Pleasantville mystery of these 2 episodes have been fantastic. If you're looking for flash, action, and a $10 million FX budget, go to the movies. If you want a good story, go to the living room. 2 hours just isn't enough to maximize the art of storytelling, and WandaVision is showing us how masterfully they've got it on lock. I was crushed when The Punisher and Daredevil were canceled, but this show could be the precursor to a whole new wave of Marvel TV. Finish up The Mandalorian if you haven't already, and move over to the new best show on Disney+.
WandaVision! I love you, but we really gotta go right now.
Fine, it was fun while it lasted.